Young and the Restless. Adam needs to dump Chelsea now before it's too late. Shocking reasons why. Alright. So we've had Chelsea with Adam for a while now, since not too long after the two of them cheated on the people they were dating and supposedly loved, which was Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, and Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope. And if you recall this breakup and all of that, to me it was very contrived what happened. Adam and Chelsea were on this trip to Baltimore to see their son Connor Newman, Judah Mackey, who was really struggling with his OCD. He was troubled and out of nowhere, and for no reason other than a little bit of whiskey, Adam and Chelsea cheated on people that they really cared about and hurt, which was Billy and Sally. And after they cheated, Billy and Sally tried to be sympathetic with Adam and Chelsea. But then Sally started saying this stuff about how it was inevitable that Adam would get back with Chelsea, which was nonsense out of Sally's mouth. And Chelsea begged Billy to stay with her. And he really did try, but he just couldn't look past it since Chelsea slept with the guy that he hates most in the world, which is Adam. Literally, Chelsea could have slept with almost anybody in town, probably even his dad, but anybody but Adam. So, Billy just wouldn't let it slide. The controversial reunion of Adam and Chelsea on Y&R. What was clear from the moment that Y&R had Adam and Chelsea cheat is that the writing was on the wall for those two couples, Billy and Chelsea and Adam and Sally. They were going to split them. It was very clear that Y&R head writer Josh Griffith was determined to reunite Adam and Chelsea. And the thing is, I think a huge pile of Y&R fans did not want this. And in fact, I didn't see a ton of people on soap social media clamoring to see Chatham back together. Now, I know they do have some fans. There are some Chatham shippers, but the overwhelming sentiment that I see is that people don't want this. And even if you do want it, you can't want it like it's happening now. So anyway, once it looked like they were going to pair Adam with Chelsea again, a lot of fan backlash. They were hoping it wouldn't manifest, and then it did. Young and the Restless behind-the-scenes rumors and fan reactions to the Chatham pairing. Also, there's a rumor that I've heard more than once. Some backstage gossip that Melissa Claire Egan wanted her character Chelsea back with Adam. And the behind-the-scenes chatter is that she's a favorite of the head writer Josh. And the rumor is that he gave Missy what she wanted, which was Chelsea back with Adam. That is gossip and rumor. Not verifiable fact, but it would certainly explain why a pairing like Chelsea and Adam that has been over for a long time was resurrected from the ashes of two much more popular pairings. Billy and Chelsea had a decent fan following. They were not an unpopular pair. And as for Adam and Sally, they had a huge amount of fan following. A ton of fans shipping them and that still ship them now, and they want them back together. And if you listen to fan chatter, Adam with Sally was one of the most popular newer pairings that Young and the Restless had in quite a while. And Josh Griffith broke it for no reason. And it was one of the most popular Adam pairings of all time if you look at fandom comments. Why Adam and Chelsea's storyline lacks excitement and drama on Y&R. So just for me, and I've seen a lot of comments that share a similar opinion to mine. Ever since Chelsea and Adam got together, they've been as dull as dishwater, like watching paint dry. Chelsea is a con woman and Adam is a huge and vengeful schemer. Individually, they usually deliver a lot of drama. So, why not together? Nothing. They're not just reformed, they're dull. All Adam does with Chelsea is sit around and talk about their kid, which is nice. Okay. Or they sit around at work being completely boring and doing whatever Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, tells them to do while complaining about what he's told them to do. We're not even getting Adam and Chelsea with romance or love scenes. I think they did the deed on the couch a couple of months ago at work and that was it. There's not even any passion there. In fact, I think Y&R would be a lot more exciting if they had Chelsea and Adam scheming together to thwart Victor. After all, he's planning to hurt people, the Abbotts and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, in particular, who Adam really cares about. But honestly, what would be even better is if they just broke up Chelsea and Adam and put them with other people. Exploring better romantic pairings for Adam Newman and Sally Spectra on Young and the Restless. For me, Adam and Sally had much better chemistry than we've got with him and Chelsea, and better than Sally and Billy. But at least they write love scenes for Sally and Billy, Jason Thompson. Mark Grossman is one of the hottest guys on Y&R and we've got zero sexy stuff with him. Josh Griffith is wasting potential there. And I understand that writers don't have to write exactly what fans want, but when you ignore what the fandom leans into, you're hurting your ratings. And we've seen their ratings. Honestly, I preferred Sally with Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, over Sally with Billy. I feel like all Sally does is work overtime, getting Billy away from bad situations. trying to keep him from going rogue and doing irresponsible things. Sally is like Billy's second mom at this point, and it's not sexy. They are at least getting some passionate scenes here and there, but at the same time, she's mothering him, and that's just not what you want in an epic soap romance. The unforgettable chemistry between Adam and Sally. A fan favorite. In contrast, Nick and Sally had good chemistry, but Adam and Sally had amazing and electric chemistry. Plus, they had that sad story with baby Ava when they lost their little girl. And I'm sorry, writing it so Adam forgot the anniversary of their baby's death was sloppy. It never would have happened. That would be so far out of character for him. He was so invested in that child. And the Nick versus Adam thing with them bickering over Sally was actually fun for a while. But I think for a lot of fans, Adam belongs with Sally. Remember how much time and effort that Adam put into winning Sally back after she dumped him and got with Nick there for a while? All that effort to win Sally back, and then Adam finally does. And then the head writer pulled that drunken Baltimore stunt with Chelsea just specifically to break up Sally and Adam. To break up Billy and Chelsea, and to reunite a couple that people weren't asking for. That was after a ton of fans had waited patiently to get the payoff with a Sally and Adam reunion, and they barely got it, and then Josh Griffith ripped it away. Chatham needs to go on Young and the Restless. The bottom line for me is that Chelsea and Adam need to be over and done like over Genoa City glowed a bright, deceptive calm. A calm that Adam Newman had learned never to trust. He stood at the penthouse window, tension coiling around his shoulders as he watched the sun climb over the skyline. Another day. Another storm brewing. But this time, the storm wasn't coming from Victor, or Nick, or even the company. This storm was Chelsea. He didn't want to admit it, not to Chloe, not to Sharon, and especially not to himself, but something about Chelsea Lawson had changed. And not the kind of change that could be soothed by couples therapy or a romantic dinner. This was darker. More unstable. More dangerous. It all started small, as these things often do. Chelsea being too helpful with Connor's schedule. Chelsea showing up unannounced to his office with snacks he never asked for. Chelsea hovering in conversations that weren't hers. But then things escalated. Fast. And now Adam couldn't ignore the truth any longer. If he didn't end things with Chelsea soon, he might lose everything. Maybe even his freedom. The first sign. Chelsea's sudden obsession. Adam replayed the moment in his mind. The turning point. A week earlier, he'd simply mentioned to Chelsea that he was meeting Sharon to talk about Connor's anxiety flare-ups. That was all. No big deal. But Chelsea's reaction was volcanic. She had burst into the room at crimson lights the moment Sharon arrived, eyes blazing, voice sharp enough to cut glass. She accused Sharon of manipulating Adam again, claimed that Sharon was poisoning Connor's recovery, and then demanded that Sharon stay away from her family. The entire cafe went silent. Adam wanted to shrink into the floor. Sharon, to her credit, gently reminded Chelsea that she was Connor's therapist, a medical professional. Chelsea didn't care. She stormed out, leaving Adam with 1,000 eyes on him and Sharon looking at him with that mix of sympathy and warning. Later that night, Adam confronted Chelsea. Her explanation? I just love you too much. His gut twisted then, and it twisted again now. The second sign. A disturbing discovery. 2 days later, Adam found something he never expected. Chelsea's tablet was left open on the counter. He wasn't snooping, he told himself that. But the notification flashing on the screen caught his eye. It was a message from Chloe. You need to stop this before you go too far. This is not healthy. Adam froze. Too far with what? What was Chelsea doing? When he scrolled up, he felt the floor drop under him. Plans. Obsessive lists. Notes about tracking his schedule. Speculation on every woman he interacted with. And the worst of it. A long emotionally charged paragraph about removing Sharon from their lives permanently. Not violently. Not criminally. But socially, professionally, psychologically. Chelsea had crafted an entire plan to isolate Sharon, discredit her therapy practice, and break her standing in town. It was unhinged. It was calculated. It was Chelsea at her most dangerous. Adam shut the tablet, breath shaken and icy. He knew then. Chelsea didn't want to be with him, she wanted to possess him. The third sign. Connor's fear. But the final straw, the reason Adam realized he had to act now, came from the most unexpected place. Connor. Adam found him sitting on the floor of his room at the facility, knees pulled to his chest, eyes wet. Dad, can I ask you something? Anything, Adam promised. Is Mom okay? Adam swallowed hard. Why do you ask, buddy? Because she's scaring me, Connor whispered. She cries on the phone. She talks really fast. She keeps asking if you talk about her. She wants me to tell her everything. All the time. And today, she asked me if Sharon was turning you against her. Adam's heart cracked open.